Well, no, folks, it's not clickbait. We don't like to do clickbait. After almost 12 years, we have had to make a very difficult but necessary decision about retiring from our YouTube channel.
And we just wanted to let you know why.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill.
And I'm Elizabeth. Live simple.
Live free. And you know, there are many channels that I have watched down through the years. Some of them were my favorites and I watched them every single episode.
Yes.
And there were a number of them that all of a sudden I realized, hey, I haven't seen them for a while. And I would go back and look and try to find them, and I realized, well, the last video that they did was 4 months ago or 6 months ago. And the last...
Excuse me. Sorry.
And the last video that they did, they gave no indication that that was their last video. It was just business as usual, and then they just stopped. They just disappeared on us.
And there could be very good reasons. My goodness, there's no way we could know that. Absolutely.
Sure. But the bottom line is that we didn't want to just disappear on you. Like that.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
So we wanted to let you know a little bit what's going on. We started this channel on November 17th, 2014. That's only 2 months away from 12 years ago.
Yeah, 12 years ago, that's right.
12 years ago. And in that time, we now have 1,621 videos.
Wow.
Now, that does not include all the ones that I've deleted. There's been quite a few. Like, for instance, if I would do a video about a big sale about the freeze-dried food that was only about the sale, well, after the sale was over, I would delete the video because it was no longer relevant.
Or if we were going to have a meetup and we had all the pertinent information, you know, and we didn't want to confuse people, so when it was done, we would take the video off.
So we've got 1,621 videos, and we have lots and lots of playlists for you to go and watch. But we'll talk more about that later.
Yeah, we sure will. It's interesting how that I was really as I was praying and just kind of seeking the Lord about where to go with Tea with Jesus, when I was wrapping up Revelation, the book of Revelation, I began to really feel in my heart that he was telling me that season was ending. There's 451 videos in Tea with Jesus, and I just really felt that God was saying, yes, it's time to wrap it up. That was kind of hard for me to accept, but I wanted to be obedient, and so I've loved doing it. But that was sort of a separate thing from this decision that we've been making together.
Right, the two of them are really totally unrelated, and we came to these decisions at different times.
Yes.
But, you know, doing these videos has been incredibly creative. I have absolutely loved it. Especially, I like doing the ones where I haven't done them in a little while, but I would do what I call doppelganger, where I put myself in the video twice. I'm talking to myself.
Yes.
That is so much fun, and I know a lot of you guys really enjoyed that, but that was so much work. Love this place. What you doing?
Oh, hey.
No, I said, what you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to replace this stabilizer that broke. It's a pain in the neck.
Well, you need any help?
Huh? No, I don't think so. I got it. Thank you.
All right. Just I thought I'd offer. See ya.
Yeah, man.
Well, and it was fun, and it was worth the work.
Yeah.
You know, things just. We're going to be talking more about it, but things just really take time and effort to be able to really put these videos out. I have such respect for all of the YouTubers that we've watched and known, because I know the amount of work that's involved, and we're going to talk more about that. So after I was pretty sure that I knew that God was saying it was time for Tea with Jesus to wrap up, one day we were just sitting and talking, and it's amazing how this can happen sometimes. But without either of us having discussed it previously, I think it was you that just turned to me and you just said...
I said, I'm just weary.
Yeah.
You know, I have thoroughly enjoyed the creative process over the years, but we have been doing, well, at one time we were doing 4 videos a week.
Yes, for quite a while.
And then we slowly cut it down, but all of a sudden I realized I still have all of these creative ideas of videos to do, but when I think about sitting down to actually do them, I'm just weary.
Yeah, and what was wild was that I was able to turn to him and say, I'm feeling exactly the same way.
Right.
And the thought of what would be the ending of this channel had never crossed our minds much at all. But it's like we both just kind of begin to realize, and when we talked that day, we both realized we were really on the same page.
And it was really kind of a decision like that. It's not like we slowly worked our way into it. We were going full bore, and all of a sudden we both looked at each other and realized we're weary, we're done.
Yeah. A switch flipped. It's
Yeah.
the best way I can describe it. And so, we had to really realize that this has been such an amazing, like I said, amazing ride. That's why I put that on the thumbnail. What an amazing ride. But that we are just needing to not continue the way we have been. In fact, I think, as I think about it, our videos have been getting more and more infrequent, kind of slowly, before we even recognized.
Yeah, at one time we were doing Tea with Jesus plus 3 other content videos per week.
Yes.
And that slowly cut down to 2 and then 1 a week. And now recently, a lot of you have been saying, we don't see you guys much anymore.
Yeah.
We cut back to every other week for a couple of months now.
Yeah. And it kind of snuck up on us too. It was just harder to maintain.
Yeah. Now, we do have lots and lots of playlists that you can go back and watch. We're not taking the videos down. We're not shutting the channel down. We're just going to stop making new ones.
Yeah, we're keeping them all up.
We have all kinds of playlists that you can watch. And also, I just wanted to say, we really appreciated meeting every one of you that came to any one of our meetups.
It was just such a ball, such a wonderful thing to meet all of you wonderful people in person. We have loved it.
Here in Virginia, down in Florida in several places, one in Colorado.
I think up in New York.
One in New York, upstate New York. And also many of you that we have run across just out on the street someplace.
Yes,
in Walmart.
What
or
a kick.
in an airport.
Yes.
And it's always so fun to see the shock on their faces when all of a sudden you realize, this is Bill and Elizabeth. It makes us feel like the celebrities that we are not.
Yes, we're just people, just regular people. But yes, running across people through all of these years has been so much fun. And of course, just the interaction on comments, the support, the encouragement, just hearing from you for so many people for so long, and people starting to become familiar. It's been wonderful. That's the best part. It's even better than the whole creative process.
Yeah.
The best part has been the people that we have been able to share our lives with, and all of you guys, and the times we've been able to actually meet you in person. That gave us a chance to meet people we would not have met otherwise. It's wonderful.
Yeah. And I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what's involved in all of this, because I think many people don't really realize, you see a YouTube channel and many people just feel like it's a hobby, or you just kind of throw up a video once in a while. If you want to have a YouTube channel that's a success, you have to treat it like a business.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to run it like a business. And quite honestly, we've said this many times, but one video, now just a talking heads, what we call talking heads video like this, where we're just sitting here and doing this, that doesn't take a whole lot. Well, except we still got to come up with the plan. And
got to put it all together and still kind of edit for bloopers.
One video, like a travel video or one of my construction videos, that could have 100 clips, and it could quite literally take me 8 hours or more to edit.
Me about 12 hours.
By the time I get all the clips edited together, I get the volumes right, I get all the music in there, you're talking almost a full day just to edit the one video. Yeah. And remember, at one time we were doing 4 videos per week.
Yeah, and they still have to be planned and filmed. If Bill is showing a construction project, which has been really fun, it's been really cool to do that. But if he shows that, on the average, it takes him about twice as long to do the work.
50% longer.
50% longer.
Yeah, if I'm doing a job that would take 3 hours to do, if I film it, it takes 4.5 hours, because I'm constantly moving and setting up the camera and setting up the shots and all that kind of stuff.
You'd think I could just sort of follow him and do the filming for him, but it doesn't work that way, because I would be in the way of a lot of the things that he's working on.
Right. Sometimes I ask her to come out and do specific shots for me, but most of the time I'm doing it on the tripod.
Yeah. or setting the camera up in some little obscure spot so you can catch something. If you see somebody out on the road and you see their vehicle going by, or you see them riding by on bikes or motorcycles, you know, I'm sure a lot of you realize that whole shot has to be set up. Most of us don't have camera crews around, and so
I'd have to run ahead, set up the camera, run back, get into the car or the bicycle or whatever, and drive past, and then stop, and then run back and get the camera.
Right.
It doubles the time.
Well,
you know?
Because that's the only way you're going to capture these moments. If you see us leaving our house and driving away, that camera got set out on the road, and then we filmed it, and then we had to stop carefully on the side and go back and get the camera.
Yeah.
So.
And then that's just the filming and editing. You also have uploading and all of that. But then once that's done, comments.
Yeah, I mean,
lots and lots of comments. Some of our more popular videos could easily have 1,000 comments on them.
Right. And we haven't always done it perfectly, but we have really tried. In fact, I've got some I've got to work on now. We have really tried to at least acknowledge every comment, if not responding. Because if somebody's going to take the time to comment to us, we want to acknowledge that. When I had that the mini stroke a few years back, oh my goodness, I think we had 2,000 comments in the first 24 hours, and which was so sweet that people were praying, that they cared, you know, they were trying to send support and love. But you just have to realize that if something is really creating a good response, then we do have to be sure we're constantly keeping an eye on those comments.
So back when we were doing 3 or 4 videos a week, you know, we can see the comments on our phone and answer them on the phone. Both of us were constantly, all day long, every time we had an extra spare minute, we would read and answer some comments. We were both working on it constantly.
I think one of the things that made me start to realize how weary I was is because it's gotten harder and harder to make sure I'm always keeping up with them.
There was just a point in time just like that when all of a sudden I realized you weren't answering comments anymore.
And I want to. You know, it's not like I don't care. I really do. I just, I got really, like, I guess you could sort of say weary a little bit. Because it is hard for me to do stuff on the phone anyway. That's old stroke leftover stuff. But, yeah, and it doesn't mean I don't care. I just realized it was getting really hard. And it snuck up on me, you know. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to go back and make sure I try to get to everybody that I possibly can.
We still have a lot of comments to answer in the past 2 weeks. The video just last Sunday announcing that you're done with Tea with Jesus.
Yeah.
You haven't answered an awful lot of those comments yet.
I got a bunch of them, but I need to do a bunch more. So anyway, we do care about it. Oh my goodness. But it did make me realize that it's not even tired. It's certainly not tired of it. It's certainly not liking it anymore. It's just getting a little older and weary. And just, yeah.
Well, weary is the polite term. The other one is burned out. And you know, we've been doing this for 12 years, and I can only remember one Christmas where we took 2 weeks off. The rest of the time, we very rarely ever missed the schedule.
Well, it was really important to be consistent, you know, and when we did take those 2 weeks off, we felt a difference. You know, we really did. And but so, yeah, if we're going to do this, we need to be very faithful and consistent about it. We never thought we'd ever grow to the size that we are. It just amazes us that is the case. But it takes consistency.
Well, yeah, and to that discussion, if any of you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel or starting a YouTube channel, just be aware that, like she said, it just takes consistency over the years.
Diligence.
We are now 197,000 subscribers. I was pushing hard to get 200,000, but it's just not going to work. And since we've kind of backed off on the amount that we're doing, we've lost a few subscribers. We've lost about 1,000, and we're now down to about 196,000. But what I'm saying to you is, if you are consistent over years, now we've been doing this for 12 years. If you're consistent over years and just keep going, eventually it'll build.
Right.
And we're not a huge channel. You know,
oh no, we know what the big ones are like.
200,000, that's not a huge channel, but it was good enough to give us a full-time income for many years.
Well, in fact, that's one of the things that's been such an incredible blessing with you guys, is that we were able to make a pretty good income just from what we could like tell people about and sort of market on the channel. Unless you're a huge channel, you don't make much money from the videos. Because you just, get a quarter of a penny for every time somebody watches a commercial.
There's two ways you make money on YouTube if you're not aware of it. every time you watch one of our videos, if you watch the ad in front of the video, we get about a quarter of a penny for that.
Yeah.
And when you have 1 million views, it adds up quite a bit. And you can make quite a few thousands from that.
It has to be a pretty good channel and a pretty good video.
Yeah, but
the
other way is by sponsoring and selling things. And of course, if you watch this at all, you know that we over the years have done freeze-dried food, first with Thrive Life and now with Thrivalist.
Yeah.
And that has been a bigger earner for us than the YouTube itself. Right. But that's the way you earn money on YouTube, either from the ads in front of the videos or from sponsorships.
And it's been such an incredible blessing for us, because if you know our story at all, we had a major crash in all of our business in 2008. And now I'm 70 years old, and now, by trying to be very careful, and by just the fact that this has been such a blessing for us, we're out of debt. Mm-hmm. We can have a fairly, not fancy, but fairly comfortable retirement. And so, yes, even just the fact that your involvement in our lives has helped us to be able to stay completely out of debt and have a simple but good, stress-free life. We're grateful. Mm-hmm. We are grateful for that.
Yeah, in 2008, when the economy crashed, and we lost our construction business.
And 4 homes.
That we owned, all rentals. Well, 3 of them were rentals.
Yeah.
I thought that I was going to be a blue-haired, Walmart greeter when I was 85, and I didn't see any other possibility. But YouTube and Thrive Life and Thrivalist have completely changed that, completely turned that around, and put us on a course where we can enter retirement. So, as we stop doing videos, is that going to affect our finances? Yes, because we're not going to have the ad revenue and that sort of thing. We are not leaving Thrivalist, so I want to say that if you are a current customer of ours from Thrivalist, you can still continue to buy from that, and we will continue to get commissions on that. We appreciate every one of you that continue to do that. And just know that if you do that, you are still supporting us, but also know, please don't do that just to support us.
We want you to enjoy and love the food.
Don't do that unless it's a product that you are using and enjoying.
Yes. And if new people want to know more about it, we've got lots of videos about it. They're not hard to find, and you're welcome to do that. It's good food, it really is. But we just want it to be something that's going to be a good for you. It's got to be a win-win,
right.
And that's what we really want.
And as far as the rest of our finances, we're not going to be making as much as we do right now, but we both have Social Security, and I got some military retirement. Yeah. And since we're completely debt-free with both of our houses, that's going to be enough to live comfortably. We're going to have to cut back a little bit. We won't be able to travel as much and those sorts of things, but we're going to be fine.
It's a simple life, but I'm not stressed with not being able to pay for it, because I can pay for it. Right. And that is the living free that I appreciate so much, with having lived under our income for so long and being set up now so that we can have a simpler life. But I don't have the financial stress.
Right. If we still had a mortgage, we wouldn't be able to quit doing YouTube, because we would still need the income.
Well, good grief, we'd probably be out there trying to find blue-haired jobs at Walmart. I mean, it's just, when everything happened in 2008, everything crashed, everything disappeared. It wasn't long after that I had the stroke, and I tell you what, I was feeling like everything was going, and what God has done since then has been incredible. Including being able to still share the word with so many people on TV with Jesus. But that's because of you guys. It's because of you.
So let's just talk for a minute about some of the things that we covered in the past 12 years. And know that we have playlists with most of them. And if you are someone who has only met us 2 years ago or 6 months ago. Or just really recently, and you're not familiar with our older videos, go back and look at the playlist, because we got some incredible stuff. When we first started out, we were called Tiny House Prepper. Mm-hmm. And we lived in a... When we lost everything in 2008, we ended up buying this tiny little piece of property with this old dilapidated travel trailer on it. It should have been torn down, but instead I renovated it.
Yes,
and we moved in there. We lived in there for
five and a half years.
5.5 years.
250 square feet.
So that was the tiny house part. And then we were also starting into being preppers and freeze-dried food, and
we had been for a while.
Everything involved in that. So, Tiny House Prepper, we covered everything, living tiny,
Yeah.
And we covered all kinds of prepper information.
Just to be ready for any kind of emergency.
And we have, playlists for all of that. We have playlists for all of our freeze-dried food cooking videos. We got, I don't know, 60-some videos there.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Then we started expanding from there. We did a lot of our own. For a while, we were doing a lot of our own music.
Yeah, there's a pretty good playlist for our music in there.
As I was walking down the street, I heard a puny cry. Looking up, I saw a kitty stuck up in the sky, sitting on a tree branch, a pitiful little guy, not getting up or getting down, and too shook up to try. I thought I'd do a good deed and get that kitty down, so I reached up to grab him and set him on the ground. The crazy little climber just howling backed away. So with him not trusting me, he got stuck there all day. There's a kitty, a kitty, a kitty in a tree. Little guy is mighty scared as he looks down at me. Kitty, kitty, kitty in a tree. I wish he would look and see that I can set him free.
Yeah, and we started just, part of this channel all along has been Bill is a contractor. He's a very good contractor. And so all these projects, all these things that he has worked on and made homes for us. And
I renovated that trailer. I did a lot of renovation in this house in Virginia that we live in. I built an addition on there. Barry, my son, and I bought an old house that we completely renovated and flipped it. And it was actually the proceeds from that paid for a lot of our house in Florida when we bought it.
That helped us to buy that house in Florida.
And so I have a complete playlist of that house renovation.
And by the way, that if you would want to watch that is a gorgeous house.
And the guy that bought it actually had seen all of our renovation videos about the house, and that's why he wanted it, because he knew the kind of quality of work that went into it.
Yeah, he watched everything get renovated.
Because a lot of time when you buy a flipper house, all they do is go in and paint the walls and do some cosmetic stuff. They don't really do the work, but we did the work.
Yeah.
We spent 6 months full-time renovating it.
And it just, talking all the electric, all the plumbing, the roof, a lot of just repair, everything just from the ground up.
And then we bought that box truck from
Yeah.
U-Haul, and I built it into a camper. It's actually like a Class C RV, and that whole thing is documented. And then we took an RV trip out 2 years ago out to the west. Love that trip. It's all in playlists. Go look at it. Go look for it.
Don't miss Telluride.
I did a series of videos about how to get out of debt, how to get completely out of debt, including your mortgage, in 7 years or less.
And stay out of debt. We've talked a lot about how you can stay out of debt.
All of that's there. So if you've never seen that, go back and look at it. Go back and find it.
Yeah, and we have seen in our own life the value of staying out of debt, big time. Yeah, it's whew. Yeah. There's all sorts of things. I used to do things that make me happy. I should have done one recently, but things that make me happy, all sorts of stuff. It kind of started out being really directed toward prepping and dealing with living so tiny and what was involved in that. Because prepping and tiny house seemed like they wouldn't go together, and it was challenging, But then after a while, we just started expanding, and tell the truth, it's just been the joy of sharing our lives with you guys for a very long time now.
Yeah. So this has not been an easy decision for us.
It still feels kind of surreal.
It does, because all of my identity for the past 12 years has been wrapped up in YouTube.
Yeah.
And we meet some young person, and after a while he asks what I do. I absolutely love this. I say, well, we're YouTube creators. And it's always like, oh, well, that's cute. And I'm thinking, they're thinking, oh, here's these old people doing YouTube, whether they have 1,500 subscribers, and then I tell them I have 197,000 subscribers, and their jaw hits the ground. I absolutely love that. So
kind of makes you feel cool when you're old.
yeah. So our entire identity has been wrapped up in that for 12 years, and it's hard to set that aside. I still wake up in the middle of the night with ideas of new content to do, and then I get up and I make notes, and then I get up in the morning and I realize this is great. I don't have the emotional or the creative energy to do this anymore. I'm tired. I'm burnt out.
And we're getting old enough we're not physically able to do as much.
Right.
We'd want to, but
Right.
that's just the reality of it.
So I think for me personally, I'm kind of struggling with the idea of retiring myself. And I think a lot of people that retire, no matter what their job is, they kind of struggle with that.
Sure.
But at 70 years old, it's just time to move on.
Yeah. We have to acknowledge the fact that we just aren't the spring chickens we were. And I don't know, it's just, no decision is easy when it's something you've loved so much. But we know that we want to wrap this up well. Send our love to you guys so much. Be real upfront and honest with you. We're not taking down the channel. And so, please, if you want to go watch stuff, there's a bunch of different things on there. There's still plenty of things we'd like to share. But I guess it's time.
Yeah. Well, also, I expect that once a lot of you hear that we're not doing anymore, that you'll unsubscribe, and I completely understand that. But it doesn't cost you anything to stay subscribed.
Yeah.
And you never know. 6 months from now, all of a sudden, we might get re-energized and do some more videos. Or if we just go and do one RV trip, we may start do a few videos again. Okay. But don't count on it.
Yeah, we're trying to be really honest that we're not really planning on that, but the channel isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, and we really have really felt like that we're leaving, I hope, just kind of a legacy of just things that people can still watch and hopefully enjoy, maybe be able to be encouraged by or learn from. And I'm certainly grateful to have 450. Well, it's 452, but the last one was that I was wrapping it up. But Tea with Jesus videos, which just God's word. There's a lot we still are glad we can share with you.
One of the things about running a business is that you have to come up with some kind of a mission statement to stay on track. Yeah. And our mission statement changed a number of times, but I ended up the past number of years, my mission statement for this channel has been just to do videos that help people live a better life. So whether that's how to be prepared for emergencies, meeting Jesus or walking closer to Jesus, how to get out of debt and stay out of debt, our music videos that have hopefully encouraged people, and then just entertainment around all of it.
Well, and maybe showing you guys some places that you've never had a chance to go.
Right.
We were very blessed during the years with Thrive Life to be able to go on some trips to places like Aruba and Panama and Dominican Republic and
Costa Rica,
Bahamas. Nassau, Bahamas. So that it was such a joy to be able to do that. And but it's just the places we've gone that maybe we can share with you that you might have never had a chance to see.
So hopefully we have been an encouragement to you in one way or another to be able to live a better life. Get out of debt or walk closer to Jesus or be more prepared for emergencies or whatever.
Maybe sometimes just get a chuckle.
Yeah.
I'm literally a walking blooper reel. It's incredible. Yeah. Well, gosh, this is hard.
Yeah, it's hard to sign off, but I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we are. How can we tell you guys enough how much we've appreciated and loved you? Because we have.
Wow. I didn't expect this. Well, thanks for watching.
Live simple.
Over the years.
Yes. Live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
Yes, be blessed. We love you, and we're still up there. So if you want to go look at anything, please do. Well, okay.
All right. Bye-bye.